This is Director King Michael. Today I'll be teaching you guys my best secret tool within DaVinci Resolve. This is my way tool on which you can color grade your footage in a better way and achieve a very cinematic look so as you can get your dream client. Before any further ado, let's roll the intro. So I'm gonna put color space transform into my last node. Same ways where I labeled CST in. So I use two nodes for color space transform. The first one, I'm gonna enter the information of the camera here as how I shoot. This was shot on Canon 6D Mark II, so I'm gonna use like 2100. Fine, and then as input gamma I'm gonna use rec 2100 HLG. As I'm gonna convert this to DaVinci wide gamma, and I'm gonna convert this to DaVinci intermediate. Okay, and then I'm gonna come to my last node. Here I'm gonna input the color space now. It's DaVinci wide gamut, and then DaVinci intermediate, and then I'm gonna convert this to Rec 709. Also, my output gamma gonna be gamma 2.4. Now you see this is my image, and this is almost what the DP was seeing when shooting this video. As you can turn off, we just entered the information of the camera, just a proper conversion. We already been so far. This is what you can do. Alright, so let's move on. What next then? So we can see that our image is a little bit too pushed. So we need to balance it, especially in primary views. So this node was, I put this here for primaries, and then I'm gonna change my scope to waveform so I can see where my image is sitting. So first of all, I'm gonna pull down gain until somewhere here. Alright. Same as I'm gonna lift up my lift until you see something clear. Also, I'm gonna balance a little bit my gamma. Alright, somewhere here is gorgeous, it's good, fine. And then I'll come to this HDR node. Here I'm gonna convert this to HDR mode so it can be content aware like those we used to do in Photoshop. Alright, and then I'm gonna come to my HDR wheel and open up shadows a little bit. Same as I'm gonna pull down some light like this. Alright, so I'm gonna pack it here. This balance node, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna skip it until to the look. Here is where magic going to happen, guys. So this is the main key of this video. So I'm gonna move down to my effect panel. You can see here we have magic bullet. In DaVinci Resolve it supports several effects of magic bullet, but our most today is not look. We're gonna deal with magic bullet film. I'm gonna drag and drop here. Once I drop, you see that our image already started looking cinematic. So this is how it does. So what we need is that they give us some ground to balance it. Right? Okay, my footage is, so here is where you can enter the information of your footage, but almost our footage was flat. It's not log or it's not video. Our video was, my footage was flat. flat like normal. We already normalized it. Okay, and then where the magic is, first you're gonna need a print stock. Here we have several, but my best and favorite are two. We have Kodak 2383, as same as we have Fujifilm 3510. Here it is, but as for today, we're gonna use Kodak 2383 because we need a clean look. Alright? Okay, and then here at the print negative, here is where we get a different flavors of a film. Example, we have several printers, we have several stock of negative. Right, you can test. You have to play with this for so long. You have to test until you get something that come into your favors. But as for today, I'm not gonna waste a lot of time. So here I'm gonna use this Fujifilm 64D. This I just felt like I like the way it is. It give me good result every time I test it. It's never let me alone. Right? And then here you have several adjustments. Okay, so first of all, here I'm gonna mute off my grain, right? And then I feel like I need to do more to my image. You can see that my image is crashing down. I don't know. What if I add a little bit of exposure and balance it? Alright, it's good. It's looking good, but I'm losing a lot of information. So it's not a good place to adjust exposure. So once you did this, just leave alone everything and then come to your primary wheels here and then try to balance more, try to massage your image. So I'm gonna open up shadow a little bit. You see that I have a lot of control, right? And then I'm gonna pull down some gain a little bit up to here. I think here is fine. So once I did the balance, and then I'm gonna come back to the look where I can continue to deal with my image. Also, here there is a color temperature slider. So here you can adjust the temperature of your footage. So just a little bit. Up here is fine. Okay, here is where you can play with your tint. You need to be very, very careful with this slider. Alright, here is good. I don't want to see a lot of magenta or greenish. I like something like this. Okay, this is exposure. Also, this is a contrast slider. You can play with it, but I want it a little bit pushed. Here is where you can mess with your saturation. You can add or reduce, but for today, I'm gonna leave it as it is, or I'm gonna add just a touch, a little bit. So here is where the magic also is. You see, we have a skin tone slider. So when you put on the left side, it adds more magenta. So on the left side, it adds more greenish. So you need to be specific. First of all, you need to turn on this vector scope to view where the skin is. I think I'm looking at the scope here where the skin is sitting. I think somewhere here. Here is good. So you can see what the film has put us so far, before, after. We have achieved a very cinematic look just with using just these few notes. Okay, so when I reach here, this is where I'm gonna play with the balance of the image. Example, I feel like my shadow are too warm, so I need to cool them down. So I'm gonna come to the lift and then I'm gonna push them toward blue or tealish, something a little bit like this one. I'm just balancing my image, right? And then I'm gonna warm my gamma a little bit until I feel something green, right? Somewhere here. And then I feel like white is kind of blue, so I'm gonna warm gain a little bit. I'm looking at my image right now. Okay, right here. It is good. After all, I feel like the whole image is moving toward warm quadrant a little bit. So I'm gonna come to the offset and pull it down a little bit to here. So here is now you can examine your footage, right? But the way I see it, I feel like it's oversaturated. So I need to pull down some saturation on the saturation slider here. I'm gonna desaturate it a little bit. I feel like here is fine. Here is good. Now you can see how it is. We just simply use this magic bullet film print. It's very good as if we use some expensive plugins. What you can do more is that you can be more creative. Like maybe you can add one node and then label it HSL just for a little bit touch of hue saturation. Then boom, you're good to go. Right? Like as for today, I'm gonna use these color slides, I like these features. So what I'm gonna do is that I want to add more color density to our skin. Like I need to lift up this slider, see what it's doing to the skin. Just a touch of this, right? And then I'm gonna saturate a little bit of our skin. Then also here you can change the hue of the skin. See what is happening. Like it's very clean image and very positive look. Like SMS, I'm gonna pull down some saturation on the yellow, but not too much, because I feel like the background is a little bit oversaturated. I up to here, and then I'm gonna do some luminosity. SMS, I'm gonna desaturate some green a little bit and add some and reduce some luminosity. Here we just used very few node, not complicated node tree, but see what we have been able to achieve. And for those who would be like to have this plugin Magic Bullet, I have both. I have Magic Bullet for Mac and also SMS for Windows. So you can check me on WhatsApp for more. This is your boy, King Michael. Ciao.